We are at the it may have already back to sunshine because second gentleman we are by the way to Albuquerque. His current role, I tested that. So one is our second gentleman. One major reason why is our New Mexicans. A transfer likely use in no core portion from the efforts of the second able to finally are some New Mexicans for a couple of years. But it's also one that has been on time, more or less, also with no major quality issues that have been the result of labor. It is working just like we said it would, which is high quality and on time. So I want to thank Jane's Construction and also our building trades. Many of them are here. Round of applause for delivering on that promise. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the Infrastructure Reduction Act. That might be a mouthful, we've all heard of this, but I want to let you know, and we heard this at the State of our country, State of the Union last night, you know, what Joe Biden, what our president has done for infrastructure is absolutely incredible. And I know a lot of us may wonder, well, what is that here in New Mexico? And I will tell you, it is all around you. From what Secretary Cerna's doing with our roads and highways, from what our infrastructures are, Marty Chavez is doing with his investments in green energy and climate change, and all of these projects part of the governor and lieutenant governor's work. But let's not forget one main reason why Maxion is relocating here. That is a $1.7 billion investment, the first reshoring in America of an American company coming from Asia back home and locating right here in New Mexico. It's supposed to be 1,000 jobs, $1 billion investment. Thank you, President Biden, for making that happen. So with that, we do want to let you hear from some folks who are here each and every day at the Sunport, working hard, making sure that this really gem for our entire state is in the best shape it can be each and every day. So I want to hand it over to Star Garcia. She's one of our supervisors at the Sunport. Star?
Hello everyone, I'm Star Garcia. I was born and raised here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Buque, baby, the land of enchantment. I've worked for the city of Albuquerque here at the Sunport for almost 2 years now. I'm one of the custodial shift supervisors, and my team and I have put our whole heart into making this one of the cleanest airports in the country. Thank you guys. We're all, much needed applause. We're all excited about the much needed improvements here at the Sunport. It's been crazy, but it's worth it. All right, now it is my great privilege and honor to introduce the second gentleman of the United States, Mr. Douglas Emhoff.
Woo! Thank you, Star. Thank you, Star Garcia. Thanks for all you do. It's great to be back here in sunny Albuquerque. This is awesome. Okay, this is cool. Look, we all go through airports all the time, me included, and but you rarely get to see behind the scenes. You rarely get to see the people that make it all happen. And I was in Minneapolis last week announcing $20 million in additional funds for MSP, and I'm here today to do the same thing. And I got to meet some of the folks behind the scenes, like STAR, the administration, folks from the FAA, state leaders, local leaders, and I got a sense of what's happening here. There's going to be, first of all, there's a lot of union jobs building all this, 100 to 200. There's going to be a whole new set of vendors here, most of them local. It's going to be about 500 new jobs right here at the airport. But what I really got to do was drive the new jet bridge there. They are going to be really cool, a lot of tech. I got to learn how to stop it though next time. It was a little abrupt, but thanks for that opportunity. Star, thanks for getting to meet you backstage. Your enthusiasm, your work ethic, it's infectious. So you're a great leader, and thanks for all you do. Lieutenant Governor, it's good to see you again. Thanks for all the important work you're doing for New Mexico. You're an outspoken advocate for students and educators. You're the president talking about educators and the importance of schools and funding last night. You're making a real difference in people's lives here, so it's great to see you. Mayor, it's always great to see you. We've met several times now, both here and at the White House. We're looking forward to spending the rest of the day together once the sun comes out. But we're going to get through this. Great to be back here in New Mexico. New Mexico was the first official visit I made as Second Gentleman of the United States. The first one. And remember what it was like back then. This was early on, probably January or February of 2021. The depths of COVID, economic disaster, businesses were shut down, schools were closed, everyone was wearing masks. And during that trip, I met with small business owners just trying to keep it going. I met with frontline responders to the COVID crisis, and I visited a vaccine clinic. It was a priority then, and it's still a priority now for President Biden and my wife, Vice President Harris, to make sure that communities had the tools that they needed to get people relief and rebuild our economy. And now, if you heard the president last night, you're experiencing it right here in New Mexico. We're seeing it all around the country. What a difference 3 years makes through this administration and the work that they've done on getting us through COVID, rebuilding our economy, rebuilding our infrastructure, our airports, roads, bridges, and tunnels, broadband. This economy is jamming, folks. This economy is booming, and it's going to continue to boom as we move forward. State of the Union last night. I was there, stayed up late, got on a very early flight to get here today to be with all of you. President Biden spoke directly to the American people and the world. First, about the importance of our democracy. The importance of our democracy to everyone here in the United States, and the importance of our democracy abroad. He talked about rule of law and how important that is, and he talked about protecting and defending our freedoms. But he also outlined our economy. He talked about how our economy has been built from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down, which means that we're investing in all of America to make sure that everyone has a fair shot and nobody's left behind. And as part of President Biden and Vice President Harris's commitment to the economic growth of our country, our Biden-Harris administration is investing in infrastructure all across the nation, which we know, and you know, Mayor, has such an impact on the entire community. When we invest in our infrastructure, it impacts the entire community. It's airports, bridges, roads, tunnels, expanding broadband, reliable high-speed internet all over the country in hard-to-reach areas that had been hard to reach before. And we're providing funding for airport terminals, which are microcosms of our community, microcosms of our economies. And that's why we're here today. The Sunport has received 3 different airport grants for terminal upgrades. In 2022, the Sunport received $7 million to modernize electric systems and improve accessibility, making it easier for people with disabilities to get to their aircraft and get around the airport. In 2023, the Sunport received another $7 million investment to update electrical devices that power aircraft on the ground, and as I found, refurbish the passenger boarding bridges. And you will thank us very much in the summer months when it's not going to be 110 degrees in those things anymore. These new boarding bridges will ensure passengers and employees can get on and off aircrafts safely and comfortably. And earlier this year, in February, the FAA, and we have our representative here, awarded a 3rd grant of almost $6 million to upgrade the baggage handling system here at the Sunport. We all know that could be one of the most stressful parts about traveling, and it's going to get easier here. So this latest investment is going to streamline the whole process of checking, screening, and loading luggage for both passengers and employees. In addition to improving the safety and efficiency and rebuilding everything, it's creating great paying jobs, many of them union jobs, high paying union jobs right here at the Sunport. So we're going to continue to support labor. So as second gentleman, I started here. Number 1 trip was here. I've been to about almost 40 states. I want to get to all 50. And I often travel on commercial flights. So I know full well what it's like. We were hustling to make our connection from GCA to Chicago. We were hustling like everyone else. And so we know exactly what it's like to travel commercially. And we know that these historic investments, both here at the Sunport and airports all around our experience, administration, communities, lowering costs, creating opportunities for families, workers, and our work isn't finished. President Biden and Vice President Harris are going to continue. They started these past, they continue to provide for all Americans. Hand it over to my colleague. Take it away.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you so much for the introduction, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. And it is great to be here on behalf of Secretary Pete Buttigieg, FAA Administrator Mike Whitaker, and the Biden-Harris administration. The $5.8 million Airport Terminal Program award will build upon a multi-million dollars of awards that have been awarded to the Sunport. And it'll be exciting to see that $5.8 million in action with the new in-baggage system. And also, it's also amazing to see in practice the $14 million that have already been awarded through the bipartisan infrastructure law to fund the jet bridges and other improvements at the airport. Between FY22 and fiscal year 24, the Sunport has received over $54 million in airport infrastructure grants beyond the bipartisan infrastructure law. That includes the other important airport investment programs that are run out of the FAA, and so it's exciting to see all of that work in action. Just to give you a small idea of some of the other projects that we're funding out of the FAA, we've got projects ongoing at Chicago O'Hare, at smaller airports in Appleton, Wisconsin, and then also airports in North Dakota. But I will say it's amazing to see the ongoing work happening right here at the Sunport. And you're truly an example for airports across the country with the fact that you've got the project labor agreement in place and that you're really moving and already have projects that have been completed. I want to quickly close with this. America has been thinking a lot lately about air travel and how to improve it. And that is reflected in the everyday safety work that goes on at the Federal Aviation Administration and at this airport. And this weather is a really good reminder of the fact that our airport workers, our aviation workers, and our construction workers are working 24/7 in rain or shine throughout the country, and especially here at the Sunport. And so at U.S. Department of Transportation, we're also working to make sure that our passengers have an amazing experience, and we're doing that through our investments in infrastructure. So I want to congratulate the Sunport on this important grant and on the other grants that you've been awarded in the past. We at DOT and the FAA look forward to a great partnership on this project and so many others in the future. And so I will now pass the mic to your New Mexico Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
Well, welcome. It's so wonderful. You know, as we were back in the other room, we were briefing the second gentleman, had a good discussion about New Mexico chili and the importance of that. But it's also a special treat when you can join us on a press conference where you're going to experience the four seasons right here in the state of New Mexico. You saw the sun, you got some rain, we had a little snow come down, and just in a little bit, the wind will join us as well. So welcome to New Mexico. We're very proud to be here on behalf of Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, our entire cabinet, Secretary, Department of Transportation, Ricky Serna, our infrastructure czar, Mr. Marty Chavez, I saw him back there. Thank you for the work that's done. And I want to say special tribute to our brothers and sisters in labor who are here with us today. The work that you do has continually been having an impact on the state of New Mexico, and we can't do it without you. And it's exciting as we're here today and we're celebrating the wonderful opportunities, and this could not have been possible without the support and the continual work of the Biden-Harris administration. Big round of applause for our federal partners there. I also want to thank our federal delegation who worked so hard. As you know, they're in DC today, but they made sure to send their staff here. If we can have all our federal delegation staff, please wave your hands. Thank you so much for being here with us today as well. You know, we may hear a lot of noise behind us. I see that as activity. I see that as progress and continual movements of what takes place here in Albuquerque, right here at the Sunport. And I know this from a personal perspective because I fly into Albuquerque Sunport about twice a week. As a matter of fact, this morning I left Silver City for a groundbreaking event, came up to Albuquerque, we'll jump on a plane and head down to Carlsbad. And the importance of getting around a big state like New Mexico is absolutely critical. But we also know that through this airport, millions of visitors come in every year. And the opportunities that we have with the support of the Biden-Harris administration and the infrastructure focus that has taken place, it's a game changer, not only for the United States, but right here in our beautiful state of New Mexico. I get the honor every time I fly in, Mayor, to see your face as one of the first things that I do when I come in, and what a wonderful opportunity that we have together as New Mexicans. You know, I want to close in saying that we're grateful for all of you being part of this, for the continual efforts that we're going to do. Because when we look and see to have a second-to-none attitude in this state of New Mexico, it can't be done without the partnerships. And each one of you has shown that. So thank you for joining us at this press conference today. Thank you to the second gentleman who chose to come to New Mexico as your first stop, but we know it's not going to be your last. And we look forward to many more years of continual progress and working together. Thank you so much.
All right, well, we want to thank everyone. We're concluding our remarks, and the sun is out and the planes are gone. It's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.